I'm an alienist. That is the doctor. But instead of looking to cure a disease of the body, I look to help those who are suffering from an illness of the mind. To the beginning of a fruitful partnership. Our task is to construct an image of the man, his habits, his appetites.
This was an amazing time for psychology. I believe just 1 year after Freud's first book was published. So is it sort of difficult to go back to the state of mind of a psychologist who absolutely cannot use stuff that for us nowadays is sort of obvious?
My wife is a psychologist, so that was very handy because she told me a lot of things, gave me stuff to read, put me in touch with psychologists nowadays, and it was interesting to go back in time and to see how these guys started. What I found interesting were the scenes in which Chrysler gets nervous when he is questioned and cornered, because he's such a brilliant man, like they all were, in analyzing everyone around him. Also, what you read about Freud is quite similar to that character of Chrysler. But yeah, back in the days they didn't do introspective therapy, so they what they do nowadays to cope with the pressure of their work. So they didn't do that. So these moments of tension when he especially is pushed hard by Sarah Howard, I enjoyed a lot.
You're German, Spanish, you're Welsh. And you're the only American in the group, however, from Georgia originally, but you're sort of a New Yorker by now, I think.
Yeah.
So, were you sort of their guide, or is the story set so back in the past that it didn't help at all?
We filmed this in Budapest, Hungary, and there was a point a couple of months into filming that we had to go back, the three of us had to go back to New York. Where I live in New York and where my apartment is very close to the backlot that was built, and so it was funny to walk around with the two of them in modern day, present downtown New York City, and that was really cool for us to do, and then go back to Budapest, and we were there for however many more months, and seeing it recreated in 1896.
Were there any surprises that you came upon when getting ready for this film?
I'd say the dialect thing was quite an interesting one for all of us, because obviously Laszlo Chrysler, from the name, you know that he would have a different accent to the two of us. And but we had an incredible dialect coach who I've worked with for many years, and these guys, we loved him a lot. He's with us the whole time, and Rick Lipton, his name is, and he gave us these little, well, I'd call them isms of that period where, we would blow air through the what and the where, and things that just identified us to a different class to another class within the New York society.
Past can be a comment to what's going on now. There are issues of class, immigration, corruption.
I would think we have to owe it to Caleb Carr's original novel, because the density of his writing, it was historically very accurate. It was a very powerful moment in the creation of New York City. It was called the Gilded Age, but obviously on the flip side of that coin was a world of corruption, class division, huge margins between the rich and the poor, and there was no regulations, so child labor laws, and which we touch very heavily on within the show, and it almost shines and holds a mirror up to our present day, and we ask, when you turn on the television and watch the news, how much has changed in society. Some things really haven't, some things have moved slightly, and some things have gone backwards. Wonderful to think that we're telling a fictional story about a criminal investigation, but actually it's very topical and starts conversations about many things that affect us on a daily basis.
Like emancipation.
Yes. That is very, a light is shined very clearly on that.
He's no longer hiding his victims. He evolved. Evolved to what? I must follow this wherever it goes.